big news from Blackmagic
Oh,
and
yes.
also IMAX, which I saw that I just saw this morning. But
Okay.
Blackmagic is the big news of they have new cameras, and it's big news to us because that is what we have used for the past decade. Is
Yeah.
Blackmagic.
Yeah, we
And
have.
we had the original cinema camera. We bought it when it was pretty much new, when it was just a RE ripoff sensor in a metal box. That's what it is. That's what we're shooting this thing on.
Yeah.
Your camera
Yeah.
is the original cinema camera, which is
I
hilarious.
love that.
Yeah, still works. But they came out with
real quick. I was also, they were commenting on, there's a Reddit or something saying like, why does Blackmagic have such a bad name? And I was like, what the hell? And I clicked into it. It was like, most of the comments were saying, well, it's because when it first came out, they had terrible support, and a lot of the first generations would malfunction. But that's no longer the case. But is that true? Because we still have this is the first camera, right?
Not really, man. I mean, if people are saying that, it's hearsay and it's the vocal minority, honestly. Because
wow,
it really is. Like, that's not the case. Nobody really bad mouths Blackmagic. That, like, Red was real. Like, when Red first came out, there was a lot of people who hated that because it was like so new and like powerful that people did spend a lot of money for it. And they were like, oh my God, I can get like a super high level camera that I can use professionally, and I can buy it like that. And then they did. And then it didn't work, and it was overheating and stuff. Like the first Red camera, that's how that was. But with Blackmagic, that's not really how it was. I mean, yeah, it's true. The first issues like weren't terribly great and stuff, but they also weren't expensive. I mean, so you really can't complain that much. And people had already kind of knew the deal. Like, this wasn't going to replace like everything, it wasn't really like that.
hell, man.
Yeah, that's kind of nonsense. And yeah, it's like there is a vocal minority, and it's Blackmagic's own followers that heavily criticize it, but it's a vocal minority. I mean, there's 10 to 1 people who use it who are extremely happy with it and just don't say anything.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's what I freaking got upset about, was that they don't advocate for themselves, and they don't let people do it either. Because like I emailed, I already told you about this. I emailed Blackmagic's marketing, team or whatever. And I told them, I was like, I use our cameras are all Blackmagic. I had the 12K Ursa I've had it for a long time now, and I use it 3 or 4 times a week. And for high level ads, high level videos.
Yeah,
I use it all the time. Hey, Blackmagic marketing team, why don't you develop like a sponsor or program, or an advocates for Blackmagic, like Sony has their Sony has basically it's like a team of people who advocate for Sony. They have like the Sony user affiliates, and I'm not asking for anything. I'm not saying like give me anything for free. I'm just saying let's promote each other, and I mean that sounds like I want to get promoted. But like I'm saying, like more for them. Like what I want is for Blackmagic to get the recognition it deserves and to be more widespread, because it's such a great product. And they were just like, oh, we don't have anything like that. Like, sign up for our email list. I was like, what is wrong? What's wrong with y'all, man? Like develop that, and then get your stuff out there. Like you should be partnering more with YouTube people.
Yeah.
Because there's a ton of YouTube people out there.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, Sony does it, and Sony grabs a bunch of people that way. And because it's like there's a lot of misinformation about Blackmagic out there, and it doesn't do me any favors, because then my client is like, "Oh, what are you using?" I'm like, "Blackmagic." They're like, "Oh, okay. Sounds like a camera, I guess."
Yeah.
If I said Red, they'd be like, "Awesome," and that sucks because Blackmagic's better.
Yeah, is it better than Red?
Yes, it is in a lot of ways. Well, here's the thing: it's better for us, right? That I can say with 100% confidence. For you, I can't tell you, right? Like you make your own decisions, but for us, we're buying our equipment and we have EF lenses, right? So of course, that's going to be a great decision for us. I mean, like as a business, it's way more affordable. I mean, for example, the camera they just released,
Red?
No, Blackmagic.
Is Red even making any moves?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They're keeping up, they're doing their thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're. I don't want to speak wrongly about this, but I think their latest thing was the Raptor. Yeah, that was
Rock Lobster.
That a lot of people opted for who were using Blackmagics.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got they got a Rad Raptor because the thought was that it'll give you more jobs. Like if you're a DP, a Red's going to get you more jobs than a Blackmagic. Same thing with Sony though. I mean, you're going to get more jobs.
But why?
That because people ask for them specifically. Like in RFPs, requests for proposals, they say, Sony preferred.
But why?
Why do they prefer Sony's? Ecosystems. It's part of their ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
Businesses are like, my video editor uses Sony. He works with Sony all the time. He works in Premiere. He has LUTs for Sony, or he just prefers, that footage. Our corporate uses Sony cameras, that type of thing.
Damn.
Red is just a big name. I mean, so it gets recognized, like preferably Red because it just means quality. But
are they really more quality than Blackmagic?
No, no, they're not. And again, that is preference. It's preference to you as a editor, what kind of footage you want at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I prefer that. I prefer Blackmagic over anything else. And I've worked so much with it. That that's part of the reason I prefer it. But I think it's great. And like I was reading an article, I forget from who the other day about, the skin tones just being so tremendous on the Blackmagic. It's like the only one that rivals Ari in that regard, because Ari still probably ekes out, ahead of Blackmagic because of the color.
Because the color science?
Yeah, the color science behind it is so great. But Blackmagic's right there, and with the new cameras, it could be there or better. I mean, probably not better, but like I feel like with the Ursa Mini, man, dude, the Ursa Mini the 12K is phenomenal. It's so beautiful, man. You get that footage in, and even against our 6K. Which is our B cam. Like it looks so good.
Yeah.
It looks so good, man. I mean, you get like a Canon or Sony in there alongside that stuff, and you notice the difference big time. It's just such a beautiful codec. Really, really, really well done.